know how this works. We put bagels in the conference room and hang some banners and call it an event. Woo! No. Let's do corporate events much better. Here to help is Renee from Empyrean Events and Catering, and the bagels have to be your arch enemy.
I love bagels.
I do too, but
however,
we can do better.
Way better. And I think that's kind of the starting point for this. What do you as a company have going on in the next month, 6 months? What does that scope look like for you, whether that's literally just a breakfast meeting, to maybe a grand opening, a gala, an anniversary? There are so many things that could fall into this. And who's in charge of that? And usually if it is just a breakfast, it's the secretary or the office manager, and she's scrambling to try to figure it out. And she has to leave early and go grab that. Why? That's silly. Let us handle those details for you.
So really, when we're talking corporate events, we're talking about things that could just be a meeting, could be a meeting with somebody from out of town, could be something, though, that the public's going to attend.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it comes down to your needs. And maybe you don't even know what that is. You've got something coming up in your calendar year, and we want to do something, but we don't know what that something is. Or you have a sales team that you want to motivate, or an office that you need to do an in-depth analysis of. What does that mean to you? Our event designers are able to take that information and generate some ideas and proposals to you that are going to be impactful within your needs and obviously scope of budget.
Is there a chance that you've figured out, things like if it's going to be one of those 4-hour meetings, how to keep the food supply fresh, or things like that?
Yes, and you want to take a look at obviously how many people, what are the things that are happening. If it's a meeting, you don't want to disengage people by distracting them with food and beverage, but you do need to supply it, obviously. And what is that? And what are those needs? And sometimes it's extremely light and it's a drop-off service, or perhaps it's something that is a bigger deal.
So how often then do people say, you know what, we have, obviously we're in February here, but as far as parties go, a lot of times it's Christmas parties, office parties, and they go off-site. Does that happen still?
Absolutely. So we can do this obviously in your office, and for some companies we need to do that from a budgetary standpoint. However, there are occasions when we're looking at outside venues, and we want to again take a look at budget and then guest count. And there are some venues downtown that are phenomenal for meeting space. The Botanical is amazing. It also provides some engaging entertainment, and that's part of what makes a meeting successful. You can't expect people to pay attention to you for 10 hours a day and not completely fall asleep. They're not going to retain that. So you want to engage them a little bit. The History Center is another amazing space that we can take clients that, again, you get access as a guest or host to the museum itself. Fun and engaging, but then again, you can provide something unique for them.
Yeah. So how far out? Obviously, you better, sooner is better to give you some room to work with.
Yeah, usually we're looking at, for smaller events, a month, really.
Okay.
And then the larger events, we're talking 6 months to a year out. It just depends upon what the needs are for the event. And obviously, if we're going to invite your clients or open this to the public, we need a little bit more notice.
You always, I don't know if you've ever been to an Empyrean event. It's so much fun to see just some of the ways you thoughtfully present things, like at fall with the pumpkin carved out to hold all the drinks.
Always with detail. And if any of my staff's listening right now, they're laughing because it comes down to literally bamboo boxes with custom packaging to it. Those details matter to us, and it matters to you. If you are having clients come, or let's say, for instance, in sales, you're dropping off box lunches to your 5 best clients, that image matters. So it matters to us as well.
Yeah, well, you can tell, and it's fantastic. And then on top of it, it's delicious. EmpyreanEventsFW.com if you'd like to find out more and get your party started with Empyrean Events and Catering. Your corporate event does not have to be bagels in the conference room. EmpyreanEventsFW.com. We'll be right back on Insight.